Ďalší blok dnešnej konferencie DRONTEX, ono v podstate to naväzuje aj na to, čo tu odznelo aj doteraz. Budeme sa venovať legislatíve a bezpečnosti. A ako prvého poprosím ďalšieho zahraničného účastníka, ktorý príde sem pred vás, bude rozprávať o identifikácii dronov v reálnom čase. Je to pán Rafał Słoń zo spoločnosti Aerobits. Nech sa páči.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everybody. Before I start my presentation, I would like to thank you for the invitation, because it's a great honor to participate in such an event like DRONTEX conference. I'm also very happy because it's a great chance to present our solutions regarding remote identification in the future, and to get to know other innovative companies and their solutions. So I'm here to focus your minds on importance of identification of drones in the airspace, because as you probably know from the previous presentation, nearly each year new regulations regarding safety in the airspace are being issued, to which drones operator need to adopt. But you don't need to worry about, because Aerobits already have got the solutions for that. So at the beginning, I will tell you just a few words about our company. So we're a Polish company with headquarters in Szczecin. We develop and manufacture avionics systems such as aviation transponders. Our solutions are based on patented technologies, which allows us to process radio signals on a very small surfaces. So it's really huge benefit, because as you will see on the next slides, the size of our devices are really very small, so it's really miniaturized. We reach with our solutions to more than 550 countries, and our solutions are used by more than 300 active customers. What I can tell you more is that we have worked on identification technology for the last few years, so you can imagine that we have a huge know-how and experience in this area. And basically, on the next slide, we will start from the definition of remote identification. So the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, defines remote ID as a broadcast of radio location information about the airborne vehicle and unique serial number of such for identification purposes. In other words, we can say it's ability of a drone in flight to provide identification and location information that can be received by other parties. So FAA has differentiated two types of remote ID: direct remote ID and network remote ID. Direct remote ID can be defined as a local broadcast of information in a way that the drone in flight broadcasts such information, and this information can be received by other parties and authorities locally. So basically by using such technologies like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. On the other side, network remote ID can be defined as a transmission of information from the UAV in a way that it can be received through a network or internet connection, yes? And about network remote ID, my colleague Lucas from DRONTEX will tell you more details about that, and I will focus on direct remote identification. So basically, if you want to comply with direct remote ID concept, the drone operator need to follow following steps. So basically, he needs to register with his national authority. After that, in return, he receives registration number, which he needs to load to the remote ID system. And when the drone is in flight, the information is being broadcasted. And on the other side, the other parties or observers can display those information. About what information will display, I will tell you a little later. Can display such information on their personal devices, such as, for example, mobile phone or tablet. That's basically the concept of direct remote ID. And there are 3 scenarios to which drone operators can meet remote ID rules. The first one is standard remote ID drones. The second one, broadcast module, remote ID, and FRIA. The first one, standard remote ID drones, applies to drones with built-in remote ID technology capabilities. So this will have an impact on drones manufacturers. The broadcast module remote ID applies to drones with remote ID modules add-ons. So this is in general our solution which we focus on, yes? And the FRIA can be defined as geographical areas where drones operator or drone can fly without having to use remote ID. But you need to know that this geographical area need to be approved by FAA, and only specific organizations and institutions, such as, for example, education institutions, can request for such areas. Okay. The main questions which drone operators ask is what information will be broadcasted. And according to ASTM standard, the following messages element must be transmitted. So first of all is the drone operator drone identification number, position of a drone, location of a drone pilot, but it depends only to standard remote ID. So if you have from manufacturer remote ID drone, you need to broadcast the position of operator. And in other side, you need to broadcast takeoff location, and it will be dependent only to broadcast module remote identifications. The fourth one is time of flight. It's needed to each scenarios. And the last emergency status, it only will be dependent for standard remote ID drones. All right, which information for sure won't be transmitted or won't be broadcasted by ASTM standard? So remote identification will not be broadcasted. Personal data such as name, address, or telephone number in specific situations, for example, in emergency situations. Federal Aviation Administration will be able to correlate such registration number with drone owner. Okay, what are the effective dates to which drone operators need to comply with those regulations and specifications? So basically, the first date was 16th of September 2022. However, FAA has postponed this date till 16th of December 2022. And this date is concerned with drones manufacturers. And so drones manufacturers need to comply with the final rules, requirements of them till 16th of December 2022. All the other drones operators need to comply with the ASTM standard till 16th of September 2023. So as you can see, the drones operator got nearly 1 year to comply with it. But you don't need to worry about that because right now on the market we have the solutions for that. It's our remote ID devices, about which I will tell you a little later on. So, okay. On the other hand, EASA has similar specification. It's called 4709-002, and it's concerned with direct remote identification specification. And it specifies also broadcast methods for remote ID that are compliant with the ASTM standard from FAA. As I mentioned to you before, there are two standards, so ASTM and ASD-STAN. Right now, our products fulfill the requirements of both ASTM and ASD-STAN according to add-on modules. So it means to those modules which are attached to the drones. All right. What about our solutions? So as I mentioned to you before, we got IDME series products which fulfill those requirements. Those products are the smallest solution on the market that combines Wi-Fi technology, Bluetooth technology, GNSS, and pressure sensor. As you can see, or probably not, this is the size, real size of it. So basically, it can be attached to every drone without having impact on the total weight of a drone, yes? All right, now you can see the three types of remote ID devices: IDME, IDME Plus, and IDME Pro. Basically, the weight of such device is nearly 5 grams. All of them are equipped with Bluetooth technology. The IDME Plus is more advanced version, which also have built-in GNSS and pressure sensor. And IDME Pro is the most advanced and the newest product in our offer, which also is equipped with Wi-Fi technology. The biggest advantages of our products is basically small weight, small size, and easy configuration by using micro USB slot and 80 commands, and easy integration with Mavlink protocol. Yes, so we have also provided some range tests in Poland, in Latvia, and in nearly around Europe. And the tests were performed by using our omnidirectional ground station, which we also have in our offer, such infrastructure. And we used also unique H520E drone, which was equipped with our IDME Pro device. And the test results are 1.5 kilometers by using mobile phone. And when we use ground station receiver, it was 3.5 kilometers. So you can imagine it's really impressive by using only local technology like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. As you can see on this slide, on this photo, you can see the real size of the remote ID device. It's attached to the top of a drone. As you can see, it doesn't have any impact on the weight of a drone, yes? So, as I told you before, it can be mounted to nearly each drone. I won't tell you more details about network remote ID, just tell you that we have in our offer also such a device that is compliant with network remote identification. But as I told you before, Lucas from DRONTEX, my colleague, will tell you about this solution later on. And this device, which is a future concept of network remote ID, is called hook-on device. It's equipped with LTE technology, so it's got a SIM card slot, and basically we got such solution in our offer as well. So you can see on this map the reach of remote ID devices where we supply them to nearly around the world in USA, Canada, Asia, Europe, and Australia. And our clients integrated with 100 success. Okay, I hope I brought you a little closer regarding remote identification. As you can see, interesting times are ahead, but you don't need to worry. We got the solutions for the regulations, and thank you very much for your attention, and thank you once again.